Hello and welcome back to the Minetrek.net game server. This will be an update for the Enterprise D build. Today is February 10th. Yay! I'm actually recording two episodes back to back. So, if you just get done watching last week's episode, I ran into a issue where it's like a turbo lift kind of conflicts with the hull. So I went ahead and made a modification, and I'm about to implement that modification. So, hopefully, with any luck, I don't screw anything up. Ready? There it is. Well, I screwed it up. But anyways, I wanted to show you where the modification is going to be at. This section here. Whoops. Come on. Since, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and just leave it 4. Because, why not? Yeah, I think this is where it actually merges with the other hull. So I'll double check it, of course, but yeah, I think this is where it merges with the other hull. So see how it's all set up over here. Those are stairs, so yeah, I think that's how it's going to work. Anyway, so we'll run back over here real quick and take a look at this other one here and see what it does. As you can see there, that's where it's highlighted at in the ship itself. And through here, yay! I almost did it. These things, this is, you know, you're learning the design of things and how things go together. Okay, so yeah, okay. So obviously, that right there is the secondary hull, or excuse me, the primary hull. Oops. So it goes like that over the top of it. Okay. Remember, that would actually be right there. So what can we do right here? Put the stairs, I guess. Something like that. No, actually, they go like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Shits and giggles. There we go. Anywho, so what would happen is, of course, the secondary, where this would be orange, not orange, but metal. We'll go adjust that. But comes through here. This is part of the secondary hull. It closes, and then this up here would be where these would be for the primary hull, like so. What do you think? I'm liking it. Let's go do it over here. So this right here would actually be that, and let's darn it. I'm not sure if that was, who knows. I give up sometimes, you know, when you try to figure this stuff out, things just don't, like, you know, match up right. But it is what it is. So I'll go ahead and add in these right here. And I'm going to, because I know those where the stairs were, but they're part of that hull. So what we can do here is that, because they're not going to be seen. So it should match up pretty good. Then again, this is a turbo lift also, so interesting. So if I do it this way, come on. I fly too fast. You fly too fast. Changes. Anyways, let's fly over here. Let's see what we can do over here. back to to 1. Remember, this is actually part of the secondary hull. So these would be, these stairs are right here, so these would be something like this. Okay, oh, that is part of the secondary hull. Okay. So, darn. Yeah, I'm gonna have to copy this section over just to sort of figure it out. Anyways, the turbolift would come down through here, then of course transition that way or whatever. So these would probably go right here on this one. Now here's a question. Okay, actually it wouldn't need it there. It would just need it here, because what would happen is when the ship seals, these right here would whoops. These right here would slide out and then slide up into position like so. Or in this case, if I could get up there, they would slide into position like that. So they'd come out and then slide up. So basically, it'd just kind of be like that. Well, so to speak, it would come out, then go up to those. And same thing with these. These ones would come out and go down. So I think we're okay. I think this is a good transition thing for that. And of course, this will probably have to be mirrored with wherever these turbo lifts and stuff like that mirror out. So just go ahead and go back over to here. Go real fast. And back to 1. Go to you. Come on, let me know. There. And there. And then out. Alright, and these are hull segments, so it'd be metal. Whoops. And metal, so they would be seen. But can't do anything about that. That's just, you know, it's going to be that way. Unless I put stairs here, like that. Let's see if we can do that over here. This is all part of the learning process. Figuring shit out like this. And back to 1. Alrighty, so you're like so, you're like so, you're like so, you'd be like so, so we do the same thing with these reversed. Alrighty, what do you guys think? Yeah, I'm thinking that might look pretty good. I'm liking that. Of course, you know, it does affect the top of the design here a little bit, but we can't get away from that. It's just, you know, sometimes these things are affected. That doesn't need to be there. But yeah, let's check this out real quick, guys. This is the completed Battle Bridge segment part, and I should go ahead because that turbo lift comes right along the top here, and then comes back this way. So, or is it through here? If it does have to, I can have it come through here and then enter into here, and it looks like that it's straight line to that one, but it won't be a straight line to that one. So what I'll do is I'll put this part of the ship over there or whatever it is, and actually I can't, darn it, I'd have to pull that part out because when over at the stack, the height for this deck right here and the deck above it is shorter than it is in the actual build, so I can't put this in the stack. I have to pull that section out to build it, and that's kind of what we've done over here, but I'd rather, instead of screwing this up, do it over there and screw that up. Oh, check out these doors, by the way. I think Blue Phobes designed these. Check those out. Those are the hangar doors, and they'll also be the cargo bay doors that are fed out into space that we see so much of. But yeah, check them out. Pretty nicely done. Looking good. And if you swing around here, you can see the progression of the hangar design from that to that. I actually prefer this style over this style. Yeah, I think this is the better one in my opinion. This is one I would go with over this one down here. This one I don't really like this design. And again, when we were designing, this is don't ask. We had to move the hangars down in order to fit them correctly where we needed them to be on the ship. And I spent a lot of time going back through and revising these deck plans, these deck lines, so that everything is supposed to be where it's supposed to be. Engineering is on the right deck, and all the stuff according to the drawings and cutaways are all in the right places-ish. So everything's on the secondary hull, unless somebody's tweaked it, which I hope not, should be lined up and should be okay. As far as these latches go, what I'm doing is I'm going to copy the individual decks from the slice over as we build them out, and then of course line them up where they need to be. And I'll probably do it like I did with this orange section up here and that purple section. As you can see, it's purple because it's a different deck, and then this will be like green, and then blue, and another color, so on and so forth. I don't know if I've actually already did it over here. I haven't. This right here, this is part of this deck up here, so before I change anything back, I got to change this purple back to stone. And this orange will become purple, and it'll match around. And then basically what will happen is I need to do it all the way down so that when I set up the decks, these latches and the decks that they affect are correctly positioned. As you recall, all of this stuff here is actually on the drawings is back in here. Well, obviously it can't be here anymore because it's on the wrong side of the hull, so it has to be moved forward. And since these are already placed by blue, it'll make it a lot easier for me to do what needs to be done by just putting them over here, marking them out, then putting them back over in the stack. And that's kind of time consuming and everything else, but that's what I'll end up having to do. I don't know why that's floating around there. To get rid of it. And, you know, it is what it is. I'll work on that as I can. Now, it looks like, I don't know if this is actually done or not. The Captain's yacht. The Captain. I don't see a way into it. I'm sure there's got to be a doorway or something in here. What'll happen is that'll come all the way down to here, so the Jeffrey tubes come all the way down. And I know they want to build, well, I don't know if they want to build one, but build like a little area like we have in the E that enters this. Let's go ahead and wand on in here and check this out. The VIP Captain's Cabin. We're inside the Captain's yacht. This is where the captain would... Surprised the captain doesn't make his quarters the captain's yacht. Because, you know, think about it. If you've got a nice yacht, why would you stay in a stateroom? I don't get it. For me, if I was the captain, this would also be my quarters, because I'm vain like that. It was the VIP cabin. Very nicely done through here. Love this VIP cabin. God, this is a nice style that we should go with for the Enterprise E as well. Real basic, simple styling. Got a little thing over here with that. Got a little... No shower? Are you shitting me? Oh, come on. Surely you could have put a shower here. Right here, look. Shower. I made a shower room. Come on. Crew mess. You know. Here's the sink. Flush. I wonder where all the water's going. But yeah. Anyways, come through here, and I guess on here would be another little ladder section, crew quarters. And see where this leads. Leads nowhere. An unfinished section of the Captain's yacht. Come through here. I don't know. Probably something to do with the impulse engines or the warp drive or something. Yeah. Cargo bay. So there'll probably be a door or something right here. And let's go ahead and good place for a transporter. I'll see you way back up. Go all the way back around. Let's go up this ladder. Hey, there's the way in and out of the ship, it looks like. Went a little fast there. Another crew quarters. Let's go up here and see if where Picard's quarters would be. I like this desk. This right here would probably be Picard's quarters. Again, shh, don't tell anyone. Really simple. Shower. I did it. I fixed it. You may thank me later. area here, and another little... Oh, okay, maybe this is like a little lift or something. Who knows? Who knows what that is? Is it, they got it on the other side? Let's go check on the other side. No, they don't. They don't have it on this side. Huh. They have these things instead. Well, maybe they do have something. No, they don't have anything over here. Oh well, let's go out of here. This is kind of boring. Yeah, these computer cores are going to be, they had to be resized. They're the patchy patch design, so they're going to be upscaled for this build. And I'm pretty sure that everybody that, when some of these ideas are used from the previous Enterprise D build, and they are implemented on this build, that at some point they're going to a little plaque or something like that in the award room where everybody that works on the build gets a little sign that says, hey, I did this and I contributed to this build and that stuff. So yeah, everybody will get credit that has contributed in any small way to these builds. So everybody shall get credit. So just make sure, I want people to know that we're not steal their ideas and not give them credit for it. And it's not really stealing their ideas as so much as improving upon their ideas for a bigger, better build. Bigger, better build. Yep, I said it. Oh, let's show you that section. I may have mentioned it in the last video. It's a too high section that, here it is. I have to slow down in order to do it. This will be conduits. This is a section of the ship. Now, because of the hull being bigger, we ended up with some areas of the ship, and even in the D they ran into this problem too, and they just filled it with wool. Looks like crap. Where you have these spaces like this. Normally these would be where Jeffries tubes would exist. Obviously, because of the height, we can't put half slabs over the top. Now we can Jeffries tube this up and make it look like a Jeffries tube, which is probably what we're going to end up doing. So this will be like a little hidden Jeffries tube paths and stuff like that, but it'll also be conduits and other things and stuff like that. And I think I did mark, I'm not sure we're going to do this room yet. Things like that. So, and I think if I'm not mistaken, I actually do have a Jeffries tube right here. So what'll happen is this will be like an access point. Whoops. Come in through here and have your little Jeffries tubes and stuff like that just sort of kind of walk around this area. And again, it'll, of course, I'm not sure why this is here. It's probably something to do with the way that Coney Island is set up. But these walls will come all the way up, and okay, I'm on the wrong deck. But yeah, the change that we made was there on the deck below us. This corridor wasn't here. This was actually a Jeffries tube on the deck below us. We can go down there to it. And, well, maybe go up to it. Yeah, that's what it was. Anyways, M was like, well, shouldn't this be a corridor instead of a Jeffries tube? And I'm like, no, it shouldn't. I'm not going to change it. No. And then I looked at it and I was like, oh, shoot. That looks like shit. Yeah, it needs to be a corridor, not a Jeffries tube. So what I did is I moved the corridor. I actually put a corridor all the way through here to mirror this one up here. And since there's a Jeffries tube, a turbo lift in the way, ideally what I would have done is would have gone at an angle this way, but I can't do it. There's just too much stuff in the way. And since this is the actual midsection of the ship, the center point of the ship, I don't know if I really need that or not. Yeah, these columns are going to be a real nightmare to line up and stuff. In some cases, they may not line up the way we want them to. Oops, I blew a hole through the roof. So it's just we're going to have to pay extra close attention to how we do these. It's going to be a pain because I'm not going to be the only one doing it. Blue will probably be helping me, or I'll be helping Blue. So in some cases when they're doubled up like this, I don't know what we're going to do. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but it does matter. So this one here should be doubled up. So something like that. We'll figure it out when we do it. In which case, when you go forward, yep, doubled up there. So yeah, it has to be, actually it needs to be tripled. Oops. So that doesn't really need to be there. In which case, this door is going to be in the way, so We may not even need a column here, but if we did have to have a column here, it'd be there. But this door could go around that, so it erases the need for that column to be there. So that might be a win-win for us. Don't know yet. Figure it out later. When we get into doing the columns and stuff, it's going to be pretty difficult to keep them in line. So we're going to have areas where they're not going to be. I already know that above us, there's a discrepancy above us that affects the rest of us, but it's not too bad. I'm not going to go through and rip out everything that's been done because they did put a corridor in. We were standing on top of it here. And these placements here are the ones we're going to go off of. Even though up here they're slightly over one or over one the other way. So they're off just a bit. It is what it is. You know what? Flaw number 2. You know, these are going to creep in as they get, hopefully we can catch them early and fix them early. But when they do, they do. We'll just have to figure a way around them. I mean, I could rip out this corridor and redo it all, but that which would be the easiest thing to do. But I don't know if I really want to do it or not. I'm too lazy. I might actually do it. I might actually rip these corridors out and redo all those through there. That'd be the easiest fix for me to do. So I'll probably just do that because it's just walls. Walls can be. I've done it before with the C. I did it with the E when there was a line issue. So it's no big deal. I can easily redo all that. But you know what it is. This is a big-ass work bee. Look at the size of this thing. How the hell do you even get into it? That is oh, you get into it from the top. Shall we go into the work bee, folks? Why not? That's a big work bee. Got a little joystick over here and stuff back here. So yeah, this thing, that's a big work bee. Of course, you got your smaller work bees, which are the bumblebee versions. And what do these signs say? Same mirror, general processing and receiving area consoles. Of course, we have a couple of the shuttlecrafts that I think these are some of the ones I Panic. Yes, they are. These are some of the ones I Panic redesigned. Nice roomy shuttles, updated for current builds. Of course, the thing is every time we update a shuttle, we have to go back and update all the shuttles and all the other builds. Not gonna happen. In case you didn't hear it, I said not gonna happen. And I think they're going to be doing some differences as far as I'd half slab that. Do they have a half slab floating around? Yeah, they do. Grab one of these. Is that a full block? Ooh, that's a full block. I want a full block. I want a half slab. Give me a half slab. You a half slab? No, you're full block. I think you're a half slab. Come over here. Slap a half slab on that. Yeah, that looks ish. All the doors, they're going to be orange. So I decree, so shall it be. But yeah, down here, yeah, this is that. God damn it! They did it to me again. These are not. This flooring is not the right flooring for these floors down here, guys. Yeah, this is not the right flooring. And I can't change the andesite because it causes issues. So, yeah, this is not the right flooring. We're not using this flooring, guys. This is an engineering area, so these need to be this block, not this block. I don't know who loves that block so much, but that's really annoying. Engineering sections use this stuff, guys. Again, if you don't know what the room is, don't go coloring the floor until you know what the room is. Otherwise, you just sort of make a lot of extra work for no apparent reason other than to make a lot of extra work. This is not a cargo bay, it's not a storage bay, it's for water processing and or generation and storage of the gases for it. So yeah, this is not going to be anything other than what I have designated it for, because I've already modified the deck plan to accommodate this as to be this, and I don't want to readjust it again to be something that it's not. So Stop it. But what I'll do is I'll go ahead and replace this floor with the correct flooring, and hopefully avoid issues in the future where these things get changed on me. 'Cause I tell you, that's really frustrating. Really, really is frustrating. Coming in and finding things like that. You know, it's a simple thing. You just ask. You know, hey, what's this room for? Well, you know, if you'd watched the damn videos, you would know. Otherwise, don't do it. If it's not labeled yet, don't do anything, because it just means we haven't had a chance to label it or whatever. M's busy, being lazy, who knows. Actually, this build's too early along to be labeling everything, and since the plans actually label a lot of the stuff, only the areas that we are repurposing like this need to be labeled. Since it isn't labeled, don't do anything with it. But it is actually labeled on the plan, so here we go. Shouldn't need to be addressed as being this block. And don't get me wrong, this block's fine, but when you see it like this and there's just so much of it, it's hard on the eyes, guys. I don't know what it is. It's just, I guess the pattern is what it is, but it is kind of hard on the eyes. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. What I'm doing is I'm quadranting it off so that I can change these all in like big block formations and stuff like that. So it's just one of those easy ways of dealing with things like this. But I'll quadrant it off and then replace all this stuff, and I will do that. It is an awful big area. It's going to be some big machines in here, folks, and some big tanks. So that's why. You got to remember, this ship is set up to be gone for 20 years, so it's got to have a lot. Not a 5-year mission, but a 20-year mission. So it has to have a lot of bulk storage for chemicals and stuff. And people are like, well, what about the replicator? Can't the replicator make water? Yeah, but the replicator works off of power, but it still needs matter. You just can't make something out of nothing. It needs something to make it out of. And if the replicator system goes down, why waste matter making water when you can store the gases and create as much water as you want based off the bulk gases? And those gases can be replicated from matter. So, yeah, you know, it's easier to replicate the gases and convert the gases into what you need them to be, like water, oxygen, so on and so forth, as opposed to wasting the energy with the replicators, training the replicators, you know. Anyways, so much technical stuff gives me headaches. Jeffrey's tubes, and still not really sure what these are. I'm sure they're labeled in the plans, but yeah, they're not in the Steinbach plans, but they are in the Ed Whitefire plan. So we're building this based off of the Whitefire plans, or the White plans. So I get them confused, but I don't get them that much confused. Dead space, that's what that means. Big black spot right there means dead space. Can't be used for anything. I'm sure I could use it for something, but right now it's marked as dead space. That's what black means. It's not a racist comment. That's a standard thing you do when you're not. Even look at the plans. Areas that aren't used are shaded darker. People. This is not a politically correct server. I'm not politically correct. Don't you people bug me with that stuff. Damn it. But anyways, yeah. Long story short, it's a slow process, and we're getting there slowly but surely. With any luck, we can add in a couple more decks, get down to deck 10, which is the goal. And once we get deck 10 in, I would say we've crossed a Rubicon at that point. So, because everybody knows deck 10 is this deck, and it's the deck that actually has a major set piece in it, which is called 10 forward. So once we get down to deck 10, I'd say that'll be phase 1, whatever you want to call it, accomplishment number 1, and then we can start working on all the other stuff. And as far as getting the rest of this stuff in, it's just going to be a slow process, and hopefully the updates will still keep coming out, but I'm not real sure as to how much time we'll have to work on it, but if there's anything major changes, I'll try and include them in future updates. Anyways, I do appreciate you taking time to watch. Again, this is the Minetrek.net, a game server. Have a great day. Bye-bye.